in the third. Opening of the Pinnacles. A day dominated by Stephen Miller and Brad Parnham so far. The light is flashing. Gates open, off and racing. The mare Satin Black, last of them away. From the inside, the first to jump is No Change. Began very quickly. Likewise, Starring Night was out of the gates post haste. Followed over on the inside next of all, Manhattan Strip and Kerman Rock from War Gem. Then Satin Black, Demolished San Fabrizio has settled between those two horses. A length away then is Yonga Lass tucked up down on the inside. She's in the back half of the field settling down. Count the Sessions back there with her. He's got Wings, and last of all is Manavendra. They come along past the 800 mark and No Change on the inside, a half a length on Starring Night. They're a length and a half clear from Manhattan Strip, Kerman Rock, and over on the outside pressing forward now is War Gem before the home turn, and Demolished was able to get right up onto its toe ball. Right behind those Satin Black, San Fabrizio heeled up by Brad Parnham in the middle. Count the Sessions cruising around the outside of those. Followed in turn behind them Manavendra. Yonga Lass, well, he's back behind them in a traffic jam coming into the turn with the favourite. He's got Wings as last of all. Balancing up, Starring Night races to the lead now from No Change, a length and a half to War Gem. Over on the inside behind them, Manhattan Strip can't get clear. Demolished is running on strongly. Count the Sessions charging at it as well. It's Demolished, Count the Sessions. Yonga Lass coming between them. Look at Yonga Lass, goes through. He split the eye of the needle pike. What a brilliant ride to get home. Yonga Lass has got home from what looked to be an impossible position at the 100 mark from either Demolish or Count the Sessions in a great finish. Right behind those Manavendra, San Fabrizio, Manhattan Strip, War Gem, Starring Night stopping very quickly. He's got Wings, Kerman Rock and Satin Black are back in the field, and No Change compounded to finish amongst the last of them in. Well, you could barely see him because she's not that big a mare, Yonga Lass, but somehow Pike was able to pick his way through between Demolish and Count the Sessions and claim a fabulous victory for this mare, who's now won 3 of her 4 runs in this campaign. That was terrific. She had the job in front of her. She was back behind plenty of them. Count the Sessions will be second, Demolish third, and San Fabrizio will get fourth. The interim numbers are 12.735 in 123.58, and it's a half a length by a head. She came bursting through. She was back, had a few in front of her. Pike had to steady there. He was following Demolish, and so he elected to go to the outside of Demolish and pick between it and Count the Sessions. And the brilliance of Willie Pike getting the favourite home to salute for the 3rd time in this campaign for Grant and Delana Williams. 34.80 the last 600, 34.80, 12.7, 3 and 5. The winner is by universal ruler from Give the Signal for I. O'Connor, W. McCabe, Miss T. Harvey, A. Lukes, Miss G. Harvey and C.K. Harvey. She's now won 4 of 9, and that was certainly her best performance. Came from a long way back and had to get through, sigh the way through between horses to get home to score. Count the Sessions by Sessions from the Count's Muse is second, trained by Holly Taylor, ridden by Clint Johnston Porter, and 3 Demolished, the Rich Enough Magnus Missile Gelding, Stephen Parnham, the rider for the Neville Parnham stable, in 3rd placing. As Yonga Lass makes her way back with Willie Pike aboard, 12.7, 3 and 5, a super win by this favourite. Race 4, the R.J. Peters Stakes over 1,500, the Group 3 to start the run of feature events this afternoon, and there are no changes. Lockie joins us now. You could barely see the mare. She's not a big mare. She was tucked up in behind her, but somehow Pike was able to thread his way through some pretty heavy congestion.
He sure did. He's done it before and he does it again aboard Yonga Lass. What a victory it was. Looked like Willie was in a world of hurt at the 600 metre mark, Grant, but the Wizard, he does it again.
I was actually sitting there having a beer with Luke, and I'm like, oh, the week before the railway, this is the worst riding for Willie. And next when he just makes me look like an idiot.
This was clearly a big rising grade throughout this campaign, your first campaign with her. She's contested a Class 3, a Class 5. She won she was a dominant victory in a Class 3 last start, up to a 66 plus. It was a big rising grade, but that was a pretty stylish victory.
Yeah, when the fields come out, I spoke to Butch and he's like, oh, geez, this looks a bit tough. And I went, I think we're just running it and then we can work out her level. And it dropped away a little bit, obviously, but I still thought it was going to be a good test for her. But her win at Northern was, it was pretty good, although she beat nothing. But the blinkers, yeah, they really worked.
You mentioned Butch, Sheehan O'Connor. He's been an addition to the stable, along with a lot of horses from Todd Harvey's stable. How fun is it being to train for a man like Butch, someone so passionate about racing? Doesn't have many horses, but absolutely loves them.
Oh, I've got a good story about him a few years ago, but I probably can't say it. But when I first met him, I just sort of worked out that he was a pretty good fella. And he actually had Burberry with us, which we got off Todd, but this was a bit before these other horses. And yeah, it's been really good having him involved, and he enjoys it. He gets nervous, real nervous. I didn't realise, but really nervous. So yeah, he can rax now, and he'll probably have 20 beers and 20 darts in the next hour.
Speaking of nerves, you'll saddle up Alsafina as the favourite in the Peters in the next. What are your thoughts in regards to her chances today?
Yeah, she's pretty good. She's a lot fitter than she was 2 weeks ago. We didn't really have to do too much. The run brought her up a little bit. She's a little bit, obviously she's tightened up a lot. I think this run will top her off really nicely for next week.
Congratulations here, and hopefully we're talking again soon.
Thanks, Locke.
There's Grant Williams after the win of YONGA Lass.
Yeah, it was some ride too, buried back in the ruck, and she's only pint-sized, but she gets up and takes the next step. 4 wins now from 9 career starts. So numbers confirmed on race 3, 12-7, 3 and 5.
I got my hands up shaking just to let you know that you've got a higher power. Got me singing every second, dancing every hour. Oh yeah, you've got a higher power, and she really someone I wanna know. Electric.